content, global audience.
Hello viewers, yes, good morning. It's another beautiful day here in Abuja, and this is The Achiever. Now, this program is a program where we'll be pinpointing people who have been able to create a niche for themselves, especially the youth. Now, this show is aimed at celebrating their effort, their struggles, their trials, and of course, their success. And in a country like Nigeria, where almost 60% of the people are youth, and in amid economic meltdown where we have lots of job unemployment plus economic issue, we are here. We can't help but celebrate the youth, the few among many who have been able to do well for themselves and are still doing well to date. Now, today I have with me on the show the Achiever. I have with me here Kalu Joe Unamdi, the CEO, MD of Jovic Travels and Tours Limited. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine, very well, thank you. Now, Mr. Joe, how's it so far? How's business? How's it treating you? I'm seeing here the tour, Travels and Tour. How's that? What's the secret? How did it start? Tell us. I see that you're young. You're doing well for yourselves. We thank God for that. I know you're doing well, you're okay. And of course, to top it all, you're young.
Yeah.
Now tell us the secret. How did it start?
Well, it was a real journey. It was a real journey because in school that was not what I studied.
I was going to come to that eventually.
I never had this in mind.
What did you study, and are you actually in your field?
No, I read accountancy.
Okay.
So knowing fully well the country we are in, that is our country, Nigeria, I said I'm not going to sit at a spot waiting for white collar job. It's better I just find myself,
to something
on my own. Then I remember in 2014, I was with my auntie, the managing director, CEO of Human Resource Working Partners. So anytime she wants to travel, she said, go and book me a ticket.
Okay.
I said, book you a ticket, something I've never done before. Where I want start from. She said, go and book. I'll just taste it. I'll come back to her and say, Ma, I don't know how to do it though. She said, I come and sit down and watch how she does it.
Wow.
So I keep watching, see how she has been doing it. So later, anytime she said, go and book, I'll go and book. So that was how, the idea came.
Wow.
So before along the line, I said, no, this family business, I don't want it again. Let me go out and, hustle for myself. Okay, I now found a place, Azura Travels and Tours. Azura Travels and Tours gave me the platform.
Okay.
So when I get there, what they were doing, I started gaining knowledge, developing interest. Before the thoughts came in, why not to register your own company? I was like, is it not too early? Because I got that job in 2018, then 2019, I was just moved.
You got to do something on your own.
So I moved, I registered my company. That is how Jovic Travels and Tours comes to be.
Wow. So tell us, where was that, apart from what you just said, what are the struggles? How difficult was that setting it up?
Yeah, it's never easy. As a starter, it's never easy. But the only thing is that if you are determined to do something and you work towards it, yes, sometimes people complain of capital. Capital is not just
that, like how the finances. How was that? Was it very easy, or you were forced, or you got help? Or how did that work out for you?
Nobody gave me shishi. I started from the salary I earned.
Okay.
I started with 30,000 naira.
Wow. Is that low?
Yes, 30,000 naira. They called it probation period. 30,000 naira for 3 months. Before it, 50,000, 70,000. I was keeping it. I was keeping it. Then I now started, giving people my contacts. Oh, look at what I do. So people now started coming small. That was how I was able to raise the capital I'm using presently to sustain my business.
Wow, that is quite interesting. And now tell us, how's it been for you so far? Like, when did you start exactly, and today, what's the success recorded so far from your starting point to like today?
Yes, like I said, I registered my company 2019. Then 2020, the Corona period came.
Okay.
We were not doing anything. 2021, I said, okay, what do I do? I started advertising my company, started sharing flyers. More especially, my church members are wonderful. They are the people that help me to build this
The
company,
brand.
because anytime I give them flight, what you Joe, come and book ticket, Joe, come on. The referrals were much.
Much.
So that was how I started building small, small till now.
Okay. Now, well, at this point in life, you did decide to set up a travel agency, and how rewarding. Let's talk about how rewarding is it so far? You're
It
making money, I can see now.
Yes.
Looking all, you're glowing. So I want to believe that you're making so much money.
Yes, we are making money by God's grace. It's rewarding. It
Okay.
is. It's just for you to have a client base.
Mhm.
Once you're able to build your client base, then you're good to go. There is money in the industry, but if you know the industry,
If you
you
know the
can still lose
industry.
money. I can
Okay.
remember when I came new, my boss told me that she lost 1.5 million naira just for a trip.
Wow.
So if you
That's
are not
much.
careful, you will lose money. But if you're careful in the business, then you make money.
Wow.
So, and this carefulness, once you just misspell somebody's name, that person will not fly. And if the
That
person
is
doesn't
true.
fly, you will not be
You
paid.
will not be paid.
So that is why you just need to be careful in the business.
Okay. Now, were there any times you thought of quitting because of one issue, the struggle, or one problem or the other?
Yes. I remember
Okay.
in 2021, that thought came to me.
Okay.
Oga, wetin you dey do here? You no get money. Because this business is for those who have something.
Okay.
Because if you should have clients and you don't have money to service them, then what are you doing?
What are you doing?
The thought came to me. I said, why will I quit? Because I remember so many prominent men started from somewhere. So if they could do it, why can't I do it? So I said, okay, no problem. Let me just be managing it. Even if it's one or two that I'm able to get, I believe before you know it, it will blow.
And what actually kept you, like, or gave you that inspiration, like, I won't quit. I must, because of this single thing, I will have to keep going.
But
What was that thing?
my dear, one thing about life is you knowing where you came from.
Okay.
If you know where you come from, then you should be able to tell yourself, no matter the circumstances of life, you will not quit. Okay, I remember when I was little, then there's this small short neck I used to wear. I don't know, that's how we call it wrapper.
Okay.
Because that knicker you tie it as if you're tying wrapper, you throw it to it, you now squeeze it,
Okay.
for the thing to be balanced.
Okay.
I remember that my family needs help.
Okay.
So if I quit, then that help is not going to come.
Okay.
So I need to give my family a good life. Yes, maybe our parents did not give us a bed of roses. Then you can make it for your own family.
Okay,
So
that's right.
I thought about the family where I'm coming from. I thought about so many persons who depends on me. Then I said, no, I'm not going to quit. That is how the struggle continues. And by God's grace, the grace is sufficient for us.
Now, what's your we have the likes of a lot of business people, business mogul, business acrobats in this country where they are doing well. They've been able to create a niche for themselves. Also, we talked about the like of Dangote and the
Yeah.
rest. Now, we have a lot of them in the country that are into businesses. They are not politicians. They are not, but they into business, and they've been able to do so well over the years. Now, do you
Yes.
have any of them? Do you see any of them as your, they motivate you in any way, inspire, or anything like that?
Yes, just like you talked about Dangote. Dangote, whenever I sit down and look at Dangote, I say, look, this man started from somewhere. I know the thing didn't just fall from heaven.
That is right.
So he started from somewhere. If he could start from somewhere and he is where he is now,
They,
it means if I, as a person, should start from somewhere, then God will bless my hustle. So I looked at him, I read so much about him, I said, no, let me just do this part. Let me just continue pushing and praying to God. And I know that one day, you know, it will grow. But we are still in the pipeline. I know sooner or later.
now we live in a society where youth feel like if it's no white collar job, I go to the office, I sit down, once it's closing time, I go, I sit on the AC and all that. So they feel like once it's not something like this, I think what do you think is really making the youth to shy away from coming out to build themselves? A lot of people will rather say youth they just prefer the white collar job. They
Yeah.
go, they sit down, they do the job and go. Do you think it's lack of finances or lack of courage, or we are just lazy like they have labeled us in the past?
Lazy youth. Well, the youths are not lazy. To me, they are not lazy. It's just about a matter of them picking up courage. Because this white collar job, to me, I see it as should I say, a lazy man job.
Would you
Because
say so?
yes, because if you go to, I do goes to ministry, I do go to ministries. You
Okay.
go there, see them sitting down gisting. Okay, there's a time I went to do something in one ministry. I went there, look at the way they sat. The lady was sitting comfortably. She didn't even attend to me. She said that wait, ma finish waiting as they do. So you can imagine when you sit at a particular place, you're not being moved because you're not being monitored. Because if you're in an environment or a system where you are monitored, then you will not be lazy. So that's why I sees it as a lazy man work. So youths of now, these are present youth. I don't think we need that white collar job. How many times or how long will it depend on salaries? How much is the salary? Okay, later I just encourage them if they can, do away with that white collar job. Go enter into entrepreneurship. Go get yourself, fist. Learn one two or the other. One thing about handwork or entrepreneurship is that it doesn't expire. Even at your old age, you could be doing it. You get people to work
But
for
I'm
you.
of the opinion that a lot of people, this make money quickly syndrome we have
Mhm.
among the youths of this day. A lot of people just want to start something and they see it paying off the next day. I think impatience is another thing. Now, what's your opinion? Don't you think it's the same?
Yes, because if not for the grace of God, I should have fallen onto the to that side of the impatient. Because at the time when I started before God and man, I started with 200,000 naira. My salary that I
Mm.
saved, 200,000 naira.
Wow.
That was what I started with. Okay, that 200,000, I used about 100 and something thousand to register my company. So what do you
What
have
was
left?
left?
So I was just managing because I believe that tomorrow or sooner or later things will fall in. So I never gave up. So impatient has been one of the problems we're having. We need this sharp sharp, of which you can never get it sharp sharp except you
You
want
want to
to go
cut,
and
cut, cut corners.
you know. So which I don't think is really nice.
Okay, now when we talk about a lot of people traveling outside the country, now we know that in as much as we know that the government on their part are not being fair, because for the past 2 weeks we've seen the headlines that say the rates of unemployment hitting
Unemployment.
at 40 something percent.
Yeah.
And at a time like this where we have economic meltdown, we have naira crunch, cash issues. Now, what do you think the youth, how best do you think? And don't forget also that a lot of people are willing to harness a lot of sectors, a lot of even go into entrepreneurship,
Mm-hmm.
do things, go into a skill, but they don't have the finances as well.
You see, one thing you should know is that for you to excel, you must have something to sell.
That is right. I love that.
So if you must excel, then you should have a product. What are those products? If I don't, that's why they said you cannot give what you don't have.
That is right.
So why not bend down? Skill acquisition, how much does it cost? Okay, some persons are making it free. Just come, okay, just like in my church, we organize skill acquisition for youths. How many youths came out?
Wow. So
How many
they didn't
youths?
show up.
How many? I said out of more than 400 or 500 youths, we didn't get up to 20 persons that came out,
Wow,
and
that's
it was for
really
free.
discouraging.
We have people, that came to train,
Professionals
that came, but they were not there. It's because the youths are. Should I?
That means they are lazy. Like we are lazy, like they said.
Let me just don't use the word lazy because because I know we are not lazy. It's just that we've not really gotten it right. First of all, you need to get your mind, set on a particular
I
thing.
want to get this.
If your mind is not set, you're not going to do it. Except you set your mind, then you work towards it. Then there are so many thousands of opportunities out there. But it's just that youth have not taken advantage. because of quick. And you forget to say quick, they lead to trouble, you know.
Now, how would you say the social media, the advent of the new media, has impacted on this your business?
Wow, I think it has, because I know most some of the client, like the NGOs that I'm working with, I got them through social media.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the adverts. Oh, we need the services of travel agency, so I applied. So the social media has really impacted into my business and into so many lives. But it's just that these days, most of us, we don't seize the advantages in social media. Rather, we go for chatting,
Negative
fun,
side of it, not the
hookups,
positive side of it.
that is just the problem. So the social media really helped me, because it's through social media that I got most of the clients I'm working with, most of the NGOs. I got them through social media. So I think we really need to, we really need to continue in that
Make use
lane.
of it
Yes,
in a positive light, not
positive
like
way.
you're
Yeah.
just chatting, chit chatting, and doing things
Now
that could
TikTok has become the order of the
of the
day,
day.
and most people, persons who knows what they are doing are making money from them, but persons who don't even know what they are doing are just going
When
there
you're
to
wasting data and
wasting
when
data.
that's
Just
their own wasting their own time as well, not just the data but your time as
so
well.
that's just the thing.
Now, viewers, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break. Stay with us.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate for huge extra opportunity in diaspora. Look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15 to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358 2856. The Nigerian Week celebrates.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you, as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SRTV.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate for huge extra opportunity in diaspora. Look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15 to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358 2856. The Nigerian Week, celebrating the best of Nigeria from the rest.
Come back. This is the Achiever, where we celebrate people who have been able to create a niche for themselves, people that are doing well, people that started from nothing and now they are up to something and still going up as we are here. And so I'm here with the CEO, the MD of Jovic Travels and Tour, Kalu. How are you? We're still here, and then I have a question for you again. So far you've been able to create this agency. You're doing well. And then was there a time you lost to it? You talked about your boss also losing
Yes.
the time. Yes. Now on your own, they were. Is there any time you lost money or anything?
Yes, I did. I
How did
did.
that happen?
That was last year, 2022,
Okay.
early last year. I made a reservation for a group of persons. So it happens that I mixed up with the dates. Instead of
Oh,
5th, I used 6th.
oh,
So on that, if you miss a flight, that means you're going to pay for it.
yes.
So now I paid for the change. I think
Wow.
that period I paid 300 and something thousand. I paid for the change of
That is
the
much.
yes, I paid for the change. I have to still pay for the accommodation because they are going to stay extra one day.
Wow.
So I paid for the change fee, I paid for the accommodation, even the transportation because all these things are inclusive. Something they should have used today, I booked them for tomorrow. So I paid for it, and since then, yes, I know I've paid more than 2 or 3 times.
Wow.
I've lost this money. But the only
I,
thing is that
I feel though that's business. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you gain.
yes, it's not just a
and
win-win.
and I feel like things like this will make you want to be careful next time and maybe
Sure.
sit up when you're on that system or whatever you used to book, and next time you tend to be more careful, and people watching as well would know that in business if you're not careful, at some point you will lose that, so you have to be extremely careful.
Yeah, there's one thing you need to know. You see, nobody knows it all. If you as a boss can make mistake, it means others can equally make mistake.
As well.
So after that mistake, I just had to, whatever I'm doing, I have to go through it again, to make sure that yes,
it's okay.
if not, you keep losing money. You keep losing money.
Wow.
But you just need to be careful.
Now, where do you see your brand, your agency in the next 5 years from now?
Like my prayer every day is that God, I want to be the best in the industry.
Wow.
I want to be the best in the industry.
That is really nice.
I don't want to be the second or third. I want to be at the top. So that's why I keep working hard. I keep, selling my brand, keep telling people, and thank God that people are still referring me. So in the next 5 years, I want to be the talk of this nation.
Okay, not just Abuja, but the nation. That is really nice. I love that. You have to be optimistic in everything you do. Now, we also know that a lot of people, a lot of youths will want to, they don't know, somebody might be watching, a lot of people will want to also be like you today. And of course, especially, let's go to your sector now.
Okay.
People that are willing to come in, people that are willing to start from scratch. Now, how would they start, or how do you think they should start, put up?
I think before you start or you go into any business, you have to study the business.
Okay.
You have to know the business. So you need to work for somebody to gain the knowledge before you start. Because if not, yes, I know that somebody taught me a little, that is my aunt taught me a little, but I have to go into that travel agency business. I have to work with somebody. Even till now, I'm still working with somebody.
Okay.
So I have to learn and learn and learn before you can stand or say you want to go into the business.
So you'll be able to impact in others as well.
Yes.
Okay, and apart from that, we know also that a lot of youth, let's go to the youth now, because you are a youth who are more concerned, let's focus on them today, on this show today. So now a lot of youth as well, they are not willing to come out to do things for themselves. Now everybody believes that I'm applying for a job, I'm waiting, I'll get the job, and before you know, 1 year is gone, 2 is gone. Now, what do you think we the youth should do when it comes to, because we're in a country where the economy is so down, where we have the rate of unemployment is getting high on a daily basis. What do you think youth should focus on at a time like this?
At a time like this, I think the best idea or the best way youths should go now is skill acquisition.
Okay.
This is just where to go. Like I said in my earlier message, I said skill is something that can never fade. Once you acquire it, it lives with you. Even if you later at the long run gets that white collar job, you can still use it. You don't just rely on one source of income.
That is right. That is
Yes.
correct.
You don't just rely on one. That's why I said I'm still working with somebody.
someone. Okay. So
And
you're
this,
getting here, you're getting
I'm getting here, I'm getting here. So you don't
That's
just
really
sit at
nice.
this, like in an adage in my place, say you don't sit at the spots and watch the masquerade. You have to keep moving around. So that is it. Go out there. And one thing is, know what you want. You should have passion for something. Don't say because of Mr. Joe is into travel agency or into travel business, you want to go into travel business. Do you love it?
You have a passion.
You should have passion for what you want. Because if you have passion for something, you give that your best. And you see you'll be shining on that. So don't come into travel agency or into travel business because I'm there, or because you see that something is coming out.
So I'm going there to do my own.
No. Just have a passion, follow it, pursue it, and before you know
you're there.
You're there.
Now, so in life generally, what are your biggest regrets and lowest moments?
My biggest regret.
And lowest moments.
My biggest regret is losing my mom.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
That's why you see every Modern Sundays I shed tears, because I know how that woman, what she underwent just because of me. So losing her at a tender age, anytime I remember it, it kills my spirit. It kills me off. So that is my biggest regret. How I wish she's around. God knows the kind of treats I was going to give to her.
That is so sweet.
Oh God, no, it's fine. It's the will of God.
And then also, we're sorry about your loss. But then also, when we talk about the industry, this is your industry. Are there people in the industry you look up to now, apart from your boss? I know you work with somebody, but we have a lot of travel agents, travel tour agency here and there. Are there some specific ones you look up to that have been your motivation so far?
Yes, there's one, Breivik Travels and Tours. I met her through my boss. The woman is doing so well. She has companies here and there, not just in Abuja. She has in Lagos, she has in Enugu. So the woman is just doing well. I look, like I told you, I said, I don't just want to be number 2, I want to be number 1. So if I look at these people doing so very well, okay, last year, December, we went for end of the year party. That is NAMTA members now. That is under the travel industry. The people who were awarded, I was like, so if these people started, because some of them I met them one-on-one, I asked, Madam Abeg, show me the way, how you take start.
Wow.
He told me that she started from nothing, with nothing. But it's just that she was, consistent. And another thing is, you need to be upright. Because nobody will work with you when you are not upright.
Right.
So when I listen to them, I have a book. That's why I say anytime I'm going about, I'm with a book. Because if I come in contact with you and you share a story or something with me, I jot it down. So if I go home, I'll try to go through it again, then know or where to help my business to grow. So there are so many of them out there. So that I'm looking up to. But even not just looking up to that, I want to be better than, but I know we'll get there.
Surely we'll get there. And then let's talk about the youth. A lot of them, what's this Japa syndrome? A lot of people just feel like when you travel abroad, it's easy for you to make it, or it's the chances of you making it there are quite high compared to here in Nigeria. And then also we have the likes of you here doing well. You're doing well for yourself, and then I don't think you have the plans of traveling. Right? You see, so now what's your opinion on this?
We that are in the industry, we've seen this. It looks as if that place is heaven on earth, but it's not.
Just maybe it is.
It's not. It's just like my aunt, when she came back, she said in the streets of London, she saw so many youths, so many Nigerians that are littered, running from one place to the other because of you don't have, you've not been given the green lights, to operate. So some of them sleeps under the bridges. Some of them is yes.
Under the code as well.
So some of them are. So what are you looking for? There's one thing I told myself. I said whatever that they have there, Nigeria has it. The only problem we're suffering from is bad governance, which we know. But we have everything it takes to succeed there. I had an opportunity to travel, but I said I'm not going anywhere because that money I want to make it. Yes, I turned it down. Wow. That money I said I want to make it in Nigeria. If others in Nigeria are making it, then why can't I make it in Nigeria? So I looked at it. I said no. I refused. I turned it down. So that opportunity we're looking for out there, we have it here. It's a matter of you having the right frame of mind, you having passion to do something, you wanting to use your hand to make ends meet. So jackpotting of a thing, you know what? Some people they even go through on that scene. Well, that's not it.
But really, these days we have a lot of youth. Don't be surprised that even. Let's talk about the elections. During this election, a lot of youth actually had their hopes very high. Yeah. And then somewhere along the line, they felt that their hopes were dashed to the ground. Yeah. And then a lot of them still went back to now the only option they are feeling they have left now is to, of course, jump out of the country.
That jackpot to me is not an option. To me, it's not an option. Because one thing I believe, let's not just, yes, we might not want the outcome of the results. But there's still hope. There's still hope. Okay, let's not just go into the election though. There's still hope for us because I believe we don't know what the government will have in plan or in stock for us. So let's not just conclude by ourselves and feel the best way is to jackpot. Jackpot now another help is not encouraging. Calm down. Let's stay here. Because the more we are here, the more we grow this our economy we're talking about. The more we are here, the more we do the right thing. It's about doing the right thing. Let us stay here. Let's build this nation together. Let's build it together. Let's take back our nation. Because if all of us jackpot, who will come do here? Or who will come take back the nation we're talking about? So we need to start around to build it,
Well, I love that question. If we all jackpot, who is supposed to stay back and build the country? Now we'll go on another quick break and don't go anywhere, viewers. I'm still here with Mr. Joe Nnamdi, the MD and CEO of Jovic Tours, Travels and Tours Limited here in Abuja. We're still here in the studio together. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, there's still more to talk about. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate for huge extra opportunity in diaspora. Look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15th to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superiorradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SRTV, who takes the crown.
You're welcome back from that quick break. I'm still here with Mr. Joe Nnamdi, the MD CEO of Jovic Travels and Tours Limited here in Abuja. So I want Mr. Joe, just before the break, I wanted to ask you now, what's so special about Jovic Travels and Tours? Why tell me, we have a lot of other travel agencies here in Abuja now. Why is your own special? What's that different thing about your brand?
My brand, the most important or the different thing about it from others is we are consistent,
Okay.
we are reliable,
Okay.
we are always open to any request 24/7. It's just like there are some agencies.
There's no time limit.
We don't have time limit. Even if I'm sleeping, you wake me up, I'll come and work.
That is the mindset of a businessman, and I love that.
So that's why most people, it's just like one of my clients will say, the protocol person will always say, he said, why I like you is because whenever you're called upon, you're always there to deliver. Even sometimes I'll be in the church, I'll be called upon. I will do one side, they do my small thing, they book my ticket. Even God knows that, yes, with the worship, but we still need this to survive. So we are reliable, we are consistent, and we are always available to deliver time, any day, 24/7.
Now, how do you think now? Before I move forward, do you have have you been able to employ anyone under your agency? Do you have people working for you?
Yes, currently I have 2 persons.
Wow, that is really nice. At least you're reducing stress from the government.
Yes, I have 2 persons who work for me, and they are doing good for themselves.
Wow, this is quite interesting. And also, now, how do you think the government, now let's go to the government, in as much as we try to blame the youth, in as much as that they've been tagged over the years that they are lazy youth, I think some of the youth, like your lives, you're doing well for yourself. You've been able to create a niche. You started from the scratch, and now you are here. Now, what do you think the government can do as well as the nation to impact on the youth? Some of these people also are willing, like I said earlier, to work. Some of them are willing to set up businesses here and there, go into entrepreneurship, but the funds are not just there.
The government for the youth, I think the government really needs to do more in terms of job creation for the youth. There are so many things the government can do. Why? The government can create industries, employ the youth. The government is just, first of all, we need to have an enable environment, because these days everybody is scared of moving about. If you're not hearing kidnapper here, you hear killings here, you hear abduction. So if the government can give us an enable environment, it's just like when we are talking about Jackpa. Most people are Jackpa because they know that place is safe for them. Yes. It's safe. The environment is safe. Nobody will come on a broad daylight and say snatch your phone or anything. But if government can give us a enabling environment, then most youth will not even be thinking about traveling out of the country. But it's because the environment is not even okay for us. Even the government themselves are even scared of the environment. So talk more of we the youth. So I think the government should first of all give us an enabling environment, then create job opportunities.
Now, how do you think we can bring the youth into being self-employed like you yourself? How do we drag them? How do we change their mentality? Because, like we said earlier on the show, it's about the white-collar job, that comfort. They just want to go sit on the AC and then leave. A lot of people also don't want to start from the scratch. Now, how do we change this mindset? Because this is one of the biggest problems I think we're having when it comes to job creation, when it comes to people getting into businesses or getting a skill.
I think education is one of them. Okay. Because some of us need to be talked to. We need education. We need to be lectured on the importance of being self-employed. It's just like in schools. I remember back then, entrepreneurship was introduced into the school.
Sure, even me, I did it.
And I think in my school they made it a general course.
Yes.
So if anybody who has that mindset should not, remain where he or she is. So I think education is one of them. Let's be educated. Government should, let them emphasize more on it. More especially in schools, because it's from school that whatever you want to do, that is where you develop that mentality. So if in schools they made it a compulsory subject or a compulsory course for everybody, then when you're graduating from school, nobody will tell you to forget about white collar job and go and fix yourself something to do. I remember when I was in school, as I was receiving lectures and learning, I was equally typing for people. If you say you want to go and type your project, I better bring my type for you. I was making small money. I used it to feed myself.
So I want to believe that the business mindset has been there for a long time.
It has really been there.
And that means if not this your agency, what else would you have been doing?
If not, even as I am now, there's a way I've arranged myself. I said, okay, that's why even before my wife now, before we talked about marriage, I sent her to School of Aviation to go and acquire the knowledge. The idea is I want her, if at the end of everything she managed the business, I go into other things. I want to go into solar.
Wow, that is really nice.
So even currently I'm receiving some instructions or learnings on it. So that is just, it has been there. Even my agency, I don't want to remain there. I want my wife or my family to take over while I go into other things.
Okay, now this your sector. If there's something you could change, what would that be? Is there anything that is not working with, something that should not be the way it is now?
I think the system you have, sometimes the system fails.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just like this strike of a thing.
Okay.
Aviation strike.
Yes, I was going to bring you to that actually. You should tell us something about that strike.
So the system is just not working. Okay, aviation now, why are they on strike? They're on strike because of unpaid wages. Okay. So how can somebody work and you don't pay the person? So how do you want the person to deliver?
The reason why a lot of people want to jack back.
Yeah,
is that making sense?
That is now the system. Because if the system is corrected, all these things will not be there. So unpaid wages, now government trying to scrap out some of the agencies, their offices in Lagos, all in the name of expansion. Wow. So these are some of the causes. Yes, that is leading to all this. So we need a stable system. Our network is very, very poor in Nigeria. Okay, now take for instance, sometimes you have tickets to book, but the network, with the bad network we experience, my dear, client will call you tire. What's happen now? My ticket, madam, I beg, take am easy. Sometimes you see even the thing will not come up at all. So I think they should give us a good system. If we have a good system, a good network, then we are good to go, because we are ever ready and ever ready to go.
Wow, that's quite interesting. Now, what's the fun part of your job? And tell us a little bit of the success side of it. We've been talking about the dance, and let's get the success side of it. Has been so far. I see that you're doing well, like I said earlier, but just the viewers will want to hear, maybe somebody watching you also will want to learn from this.
The success side of it. Well, the thing is, we have come to stay. But I thank God for Jovic Travels and Tours. I know Jovic Travels and Tours so far, if we've helped some persons, in terms of education. I know I have about 5 to 6 persons that I'm helping in schools, paying their education bill. So that is to tell you that we are not just self-centered. We want to give back to the nation,
to the society.
So is really, to me, I would say I'm okay. For now.
we see that you've achieved quite a lot, and you're still achieving.
Yeah.
And now, what is the legacy you want to leave behind when as regarding to Jovic Travels and Tour in the future?
Legacy. I have intention of having what is it called, a foundation.
Okay.
A foundation that will assist the less privileged. Okay. It has been in my mind. How did it come to be? Because I know how I started. I started with nothing. We started even when our parents could not even afford our school fees.
Yes.
That time we were using slates. Okay. I don't know if you slates back then. So I remember how I started. So I said, how do I give back to the nation? How do I thank God for his faithfulness and good deeds towards me? I said, okay, in the long run, God being all things being equal, I should have a foundation that is so aim is to assist the less privileged, those who doesn't have, those who can't afford school fees, those who need help to help them. So the legacy I want to leave a legacy that gives back to the society.
Okay.
So that is just my view for now.
And then, of course, we have a lot of youth out there too. What would be your advice to them as somebody that you've started from somewhere and now you are up here, you're doing well for yourself. You've achieved a lot in the past few years now. What's your advice, especially to the youth?
My advice first, disabuse yourself from anything called jackpot.
Really?
Don't even think about jackpot. Because like I said, because like I said, it's just like my Reverend Father Tom. We always say we die here. Let us die in this nation and make this nation a great one. Not just for us, but for our children.
Okay.
You know, let's not just be self-centered. Let's stay together. Let's build this nation. Youth, please forget anything about jackpot. You know today easy to jackpot, but if you have the means. But if you don't have the means, don't go and kill yourself all in the name of jackpot. Secondly, get a skill. Go and learn a skill. You know, go and acquire a skill. It will help you.
Outside the education,
outside of education, yes, outside of education. I myself, like I said, I'm not into my line of study. I've even deviated completely out of it. So go out there, get a skill, work it, have passion, and see yourself growing. Because if you sit at the spot waiting for manna from above, now gone are those days where we say God give manna from heaven, where we say God will throw manna, they will not stone, water will flow. It's no longer like that. Now you need to struggle, you need to work hard, and always pray, believing in God. Pray, because I know the key to my success has been prayer. I don't joke with prayer. One thing I learned from my grandma, if I didn't learn any other thing, is prayer. He said, whatever you want to do, don't use God as a spare tire. Make sure you ask him to lead you, to direct you. Even if you want to acquire any skill, pray, ask God to give you or to direct you to that skill that will grow your life, you know. So I think let's not forget jackpot. That's the most important. Forget jackpot.
Anyway, I want to believe that a lot of youth as well will not they will not want to stick to you on that opinion, but we'll see how that goes. I've been on the show with Kalijo Nnamdi, the MD, CEO of Jovic Travels and Tours Limited here in Abuja. But thank you so much for being on the show today. At least we've seen you, you're doing well for yourself, you've achieved lots over the years. And we hope also that people will see you and look up to you. I want to be like you as well. That's the essence of the show. A lot of people will stand up and say, okay, if this person can, I can.
Sure.
Like you said earlier, if Dangote can,
Sure.
I can. The fun, the entertainment, the food, the music, and of course the film. But most of all, the business opportunity. There are a lot of artists, a lot of agencies, ministries are already partnering with us, so you don't want to be left out. And also, don't forget to hit on the notification bell, like a page and content, and of course, share also to others and invite others to the page. Mr. Kanu, just before I let you go, now your work is to make people travel.
Yes.
Where have you been to?
My dear.
On a lighter note, I know you say you don't want to come back, but at least you can go for holiday and come back, right?
My dear, I've been to Calabar. I've been to Lagos. I've been to, let me say, should I say like close to 15 states in Nigeria.
Okay.
But going outside, I don't know why I don't have that in mind now. Though it came last year when my boss was given an opportunity to travel to Dubai to spend the holiday. She gave it to me. I declined.
You see?
Seriously, I just don't need it. I want to make my money here. After making money, I know that yes, I've made that money.
It's like every day we have a holiday.
We can now go. Yes.
Well, I understand. Thank you so much for being part of the show today. We do hope that a lot of youth also will have your mindset. They will start from somewhere today, and of course, who knows, just tomorrow you might be up there. We have the likes of Dangote, a lot of people in the country, a lot of business business tycoon in the country. They are doing well for themselves. Now, you don't need to sit down and wait for a white-collar job. You don't need to wait for government to give you a job. There are a lot of things you can do. Empower yourself. Get a skill. Do something. And just who knows, like Joe now already employed 2 people. And just maybe you also, tomorrow you can be an employer of labor. So for that, you need to get yourself into something today, because time is of essence. Now, I want you to be that. I want this to be your take home today on the show. Time waits for no one, so you have to be up and doing, with or without the help of the government. I leave you here today. This is we've been on the show, the Achievers, and I've been on the show with Joe Kalu this morning on the show. He has been my guest. He has done so much, talked so much about how he started from nothing to somewhere, and I want you also to begin to think in that direction. Until I see you again next week on the show, The Achievers. I remain yours truly, Princess KESSY, and remember also that peace is priceless, so let's give peace a chance. See you next week, same time, same station. Bye.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crop, financial